Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Diane and I'm very glad you could be here today. And as you can see, I'm the same as I was for part A. So this is part B of my heart attack journey, my heart attack story. And I guess I had the heart attack, the doctor does the ultrasound, you're having one, they rush me up to surgery. And they can do this surgery two ways. And what it is they unblock the heart. I mean, this is where you have a blockage. They take you in. Most times they find the blockage before you even have a heart attack. For me, it was a clot, not a blockage. There was a little blockage. Like instead of my hole being like that, mine was more like that, right? And then the blood clot got stuck. Couldn't get through. And that's probably good because I would have had a stroke. One way or the other, I was going to have something. So, we discussed that other stuff. We'll leave that in the past. We've had a heart attack. You go in and of course you're in pain, right? So this is not fun. And the one thing, because I've had so many kids and I have a really weird health history, you guys are going to find out in the future. It's weird. It's just a lot of it's affiliated to the heart attack. Some of it's not. But this is the easiest way for me to go about this, is to talk about this at this point. Because it's hard to talk about all the other things. But I know every time I've ever been on morphine, if they don't give me Dramamine, Gravel, whatever you call it, I will throw up. Every time. Don't matter. So I told them, if you're going to give me, because my body does not like those type of drugs very much. It makes my stomach just sick. So I'm like, I do not want to throw up. I'm already messed up enough. I do not want to be throwing up now at this point. So I just told them, I don't want painkillers. I do not want them. Can you give me Gravel? And they said no. I'm like, then don't give me it. I don't want it. She goes, okay, we can do that. We can do this without painkillers. Biggest mistake of my life. Oh, don't be doing that. Take the painkillers. If you puke, you puke. Take the painkillers. I am like trying not to be funny, but it's kind of funny. It's terrible. It hurt. Okay, so they can go in through your wrist that way and into your heart. I don't know if it's the right side or the left because they didn't do that for me. On my right side, in my groin, the artery there, that's how they got into my heart. And so I'm lying down and they're like, okay, you're going to feel whatever, because you remember, they gave me some kind of painkiller, like a minor thing. I just didn't take the major painkiller because, no, I did not want that. And yes, my dishwasher's going off and I'm not starting over. It went off the last video too, so we'll just go with the flow. So they went up in, so I'm lying there, sorry, and all of a sudden I felt like I peed. It hurt, but I've had 5 kids. Yeah, I've had 5 kids already. I had 5 kids, whatever. That didn't hurt that much. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm so sorry I peed, because seriously, it felt like pee everywhere. Like I felt wet and warm and gross. She goes, it's okay, don't worry about it. And the whole team that was doing my surgery were female, which I thought was super duper cool. And I could feel her start. I could feel something going up my stomach, and then I could feel something in my heart, and it didn't feel good. Hurt more than the heart attack. It was bad. Oh, and it was creepy because you could feel something moving in there. Oh, it's like, and the worst part is all I could think about was that movie Aliens, where the things are inside them. I'm like, oh God, it feels like that. No wonder the people in the movies look so upset. Did not feel good at all. So, and they were reassuring me, very kind, and telling me that it was going to be fast and whatever, and that my recovery would be better because I didn't take painkiller, but nevertheless, take the painkiller. Trust me. Trust me. So we get that done. I get taken down into a room, and in this room is 3 other people, and in the middle of the room is a desk with a nurse station, like a station, and I'm hooked up to machines. And I felt better. I actually felt hungry, and that was the first time I had felt hungry in a while. And she goes, everyone feels hungry, but it was time of night, nobody could find any food. So all the people, there was 2 men who were having surgery in the morning, and the female that was in there had triple bypass or something because she had really clogged arteries and stuff. She had not had a heart attack. Actually, I was the only one in there that had had a heart attack. They're all giving me food because I guess you're supposed to eat after. It's a good, boosting energy and all of that. And then I tried to read. I had my tablet. My kids had brought it. And I had sent them home. I didn't want them there for the surgery or any of that. I wanted to be done all of that and be in recovery and be in stable condition because I wasn't prior. I was not in stable condition. I was in whatever they call it when you're having cardiac and all of that. But now I'm in stable, but I'm in intensive care. That's how that works. And I sent them home. So I decided, I felt okay enough to sit up and read. I couldn't read. I couldn't see. I'm like panicking. I'm buzzing the nurse. I'm like, I can't see. She goes, are you blind? I go, no. I just can't see. Like, I wore glasses in the past and I can't read. I can't see properly. She goes, that doesn't happen with a heart attack. Turns out that the fact that I can't read very well, and that's why I wear glasses, it just coincidentally was the same day as the surgery. So I lost my farsighted, nearsighted, whatever that is, vision, the same bloody time as I freaking had a heart attack. Because I could read the day before. Couldn't read no more, not without glasses. Anyway, my kids come. Reading glasses are super easy to get. And on tablet, because I have a Kindle, you can enlarge things. So that was fine. My kids spend time with me. My husband's not there. My older kids. Now, my older kids, we don't have family where we live. We live on our own. We're military, so we live far away from everybody. My family lives 3,000 miles away. Miles. 4,000 kilometers. It's far away. You know that. So, my poor kids, they would come and try to keep me company, and they would go to school and work and take care of the little kids. It was a disaster. The recovery part was a disaster for them, not for me, for them. Because I had to stay in the hospital for weeks. Yep. Weeks. Weeks and weeks. You stay in that room. I stayed in that room for 4 days, I believe, or 5 days, because I wasn't stable. Not at first. I was having a lot of problems because, I had had a major heart attack. I didn't just have the surgery to put in a stent because I was having problems. I had had a major heart attack, and that changes everything. Because I didn't understand why I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk. I could barely get out of bed and make it to the bathroom with my own energy. I couldn't do that for the first few days. I had to have a catheter because I actually couldn't walk. It was weird. And it turns out that your whole body is messed up. Like, the recovery is difficult and it's long. It is not short. So when you know somebody who's had a heart attack, be loving and be patient because it's going to be years. It's going to be a long time. So finally, after a few weeks, I could walk around slowly. And I realized something. People were telling me things and I didn't remember. Like, they would tell me a story, or they would tell me something, and my kids, to keep me occupied, to keep me whatever, they would ask me questions about my trip to Europe. I didn't remember my trip to Europe at all. At all. I didn't remember my middle name. I didn't remember a lot of things. I still don't. Some memories have come back, but a lot of them have not. I have memory loss, and I guess it's normal. Having a heart attack or a major health whatever can cause memory loss. For me, a lot of it's permanent, but not everything. And I'm glad. I remember important things like all of my kids' births. Well, one's kind of, but I still remember part of it. And I remember my marriage, and I remember those kinds of things. And I sadly remember a lot of the bad things that happened to me. Wished I didn't, but I do. My friends will tell me stories and I pretend I remember them. I don't. A lot of times I don't. They'll be like, remember when I don't. I don't have a clue what they're talking about, who they're talking about. We lived, when I was a teenager, there were a boy and a girl that lived with us. Hmm. A brother and a sister. I don't remember them. They lived with us for years. I don't remember they existed. No idea who they are. No clue. Don't remember people living in my house with me. My parents and them, I don't have a clue. That's how bad the memory loss is. You do not just have the surgery, feel better, get up, walk out of the hospital, happy day. Mm-mm. I was in there for weeks. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to remember things, and my body just didn't work. Like I was so weak and so, and I had been healthy other than being overweight. I'd been healthy before that, and it was just so strange not being able to do anything. And that's where the family members, you guys need to be understanding and kind, because as the person who had it, I was terrified and I felt pathetic and I felt useless and I was scared. I had had a heart attack. That's so scary. And it's okay to be afraid. If you have one, it's okay to be afraid. It's scary, it's terrible, and allow your family to be there for you. Allow them, because they need comfort too. And that's the weird thing, and something that I have come to realize, with my son sleeping with me and so on. I've come to realize that the family needs help too, not just the person that had the heart attack. They need help too, especially if there's children involved. I had little children, not little, but I had little children. Um, Having a sick parent is not something that little children are meant to deal with, and their minds don't deal with it well. So as a family, I would suggest, we should have. Counseling probably is a good idea, to understand each other, to, because we brought my kids to a lot of the stuff that I had to do, like all the recovery stuff. And because afterwards you have a time where you're just, I was given a schedule, how long it could be before I could walk this much, how long it would be before I could lift a pound, how long it would be before I could do this, this, and this, and this. So for months, 3, 4 months, I couldn't do anything hardly. Now, I didn't work before that because we move around a lot, and I hadn't worked for, I don't know how many years I hadn't worked. So that part of it is okay because I didn't work anyway. But still, I had kind of wanted to start working, and now I can't. So one of the problems for me is I have heart damage, and so I can't work. So this is what was happening at that time. So I knew that I had to worry about my recovery, all of that. So 6 months, 6 months later, now I'm starting cardiac rehab. That took 6 months just to get up to the point where I could get on a treadmill and walk. Still couldn't lift more than 5 pounds though. Okay, so I go to cardiac rehab. Now, Canada, I do not know what the United States offers. It's a whole thing. Turns out that I had pre-diabetes. It is something that, if you're diabetic, you understand what I'm talking about. You don't have diabetes, and it actually is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. Pre-diabetes is a thing. So I have to take pills. Now, I was going to show you all the pills I take. I take a bag full. But I think you get the point. I take like 10 or 12 pills a day, every day. And one of those is called metformin. Metformin, yeah, I take those twice a day, and those are for the pre-diabetes. It actually doesn't even show up pre-diabetes anymore since I lost weight. But I had counseling I had diabetic counseling, I had food counseling because of my heart attack. So you go, and once a month you talk to somebody, and she gives you the counseling, the how you need to eat now, how everything in your life is different food wise, that part of your life. Then you go and you talk to a counselor, and she helps you come to terms with the fact that you may never be able to work again. I was told I could never work again. I can do jobs, I just can't do stressful jobs. Anything stressful, I can't do it. Because some people, they checked my heart and it improved a little, but it never ever improved enough. The part of my heart that the heart attack was centered in, is damaged badly. My husband, he was with me, and we would go in and they would show us because I would go for scans and stuff, and they would show it to us, and the improvement was good, but it just never, some people's heart improves a lot, mine did not. So then you start exercising, because even if you were fit before, there was a dude that was muscular and fit. He was in his 40s. He had a heart attack. So he cannot do the stuff that he used to do. He needs to learn how to do it the proper way for a heart attack patient. It's different. You can't just jump right back in and start walking and exercising. It has to be progressive. And family can support you in this, and they need to. They really do. My kids would come with me and watch and encourage me and help me at home, because it's not just there. You have to go home and do the stuff too. The exercising, the walking, my kids would walk with me. We would do all of this together, and I really appreciate my husband and my kids. It was a whole family kind of thing, and that does need to be that way. If I had extended family, I'm sure they would have been there too, but they're so far away. So I'm doing all of these exercises. The class was hard for me, really hard. Now they bring in like 2 or 3 you go twice a week. Every time you go, there'll be 3 people coming in, 3 people leaving, and they progress. And it's 6 months. You do it for 6 months, I think. I don't remember. My memory's bad. I think it was 6 months. Yeah, I think it was. Up to 6 months. I think mine was 6 months though. Yes, it was 6 months. I did in October and I ended in March. So yeah, 6 months. So you can imagine this is intensive. This is a lot. And throughout my entire 6 months, all those people coming and going, I was the only one under 50, even of dudes. The youngest girl, other than me, was 60 something. She never had a heart attack though. She was recovering from getting bypassed because she smoked, I guess, for years, and it caused lots of plaque buildup or whatever. And I did used to smoke, just so you know. I haven't though in years, so that wasn't it. And I'm going to do a whole episode on smoking and how important it is not to. You know, and people, and that was hard because I was so much younger than everyone, and I didn't understand. Like, it made me feel bad, like, about myself. And they would encourage me because I think they must have known, because they're like, it's okay to be the youngest. It's okay. It happens to everyone. This is, you know, everyone that's younger, I guess for us, it's like, it shouldn't have happened. It doesn't make sense. And then you see all these elderly people and it's like, I don't understand. It was really difficult. That was one of the hardest parts for me, to be honest, was me to accept the fact that I was not that old. And I need to basically behave in my mind like the elderly people do. And I did not like it at all. And that sounds selfish and wrong, but I still don't, because I still got to in some ways. But you do the cardiac rehab, and that saved my life. Truly. I lost 60 pounds. No, not just from that. That was from me putting my foot down and healthy living and taking care of myself and exercising and everything. There's a whole thing. I mean, that's one of the things in the rehab, you know, they can only go so far, just like anybody on a diet. They can only help you so much, and then it's up to you to do the rest on your own. Now, the thing, or the funny, strange thing was, I was fit, young. So I was able to do a lot more exercises and different things than some of the other people, which then I didn't understand why they wouldn't let me. It was like, I don't understand. I'm feeling okay. I can walk this fast. I can start jogging. I can, because everyone's is different, because everyone had different heart issues. Mine was a heart attack, and I was the only one there, except for a few dudes. Yeah, none of the females ever. There was no heart attack women. Every single female that was there had surgery on their heart. It had nothing to do with having a heart attack. Actually, I was the only one. But I got that done, and I graduated. I got a graduation, and it was really exciting. And then my life changed, and it had to. Everything has to change. You take all your pills, you eat better, you exercise, you I needed to live. I needed to live, you guys. I had to live because I almost died. And I realized through all of this exercise and all of this, why was I doing this? Why? Was I doing it for me? Was I doing it for my kids? Yes and yes. But why was I motivated? I was motivated because I needed to live. Truly and completely live. And I couldn't work. I couldn't put myself out there because I'm not allowed to have a lot of stress. And working is stressful. So, like, I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. Hi, I'm making YouTube videos. That is what, because I've been sort of hinting at this, that something bad happened to me and my kids wanted me to make videos. That's why, because I was depressed. I was depressed. I already have depression. I was depressed and I think I just lost my camera. I think I'm losing the camera. This sucks. I was depressed and I needed something, and I'm making YouTube videos. YouTube videos saved my life. You guys are saving my life. I'm living. I'm traveling. I'm doing all the things that I wanted to do because I need to live. I didn't die. I didn't die for a reason. I didn't die so that I can help other people. See what I'm saying? So when I tell you that even with the makeup, that I want to help you, that I want to make sure, I'm serious. I want to help people. I want to make a difference, even if it's just saving you $5. I want to make a difference in the world. I want to make a difference in life. I want to live. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep making my videos. I'm going to live. I'm done my cardiac rehab. Support your family. Go to counseling if it's necessary. Do all the things. And if you're the one with a heart attack, do what they tell you. Embrace living. Live. It's a good thing. Find a hobby. If you like whatever, find a hobby. Live. Enjoy yourself. Do the things that'll make you happy. You just have to modify what that is sometimes. Sometimes you guys will recover and be fine. I had a major heart-damaging heart attack. Some people just have a heart attack, but it doesn't really damage their heart and they're okay later. I was not. I was months in the hospital, or a month in the hospital and months recovering, like a year actually. It's been a couple years and I'm still recovering. So you get what I'm saying. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And don't forget to live. Bye.